Can at-will employment cut your pay without warning? Imagine showing up for work and finding out your paycheck has been cut. It might leave you wondering if that's even allowed. Well, in most cases it can be, but there are important rules to know. Under the doctrine of at-will employment, which applies to most workers in the United States, employers generally have the right to change your pay without asking for permission. They can reduce your wages going forward, but they must tell you before you start working at the new rate. This means if your employer wants to lower your pay, they need to give you notice before you do any work under the new pay rate. They cannot change your pay retroactively for hours you already worked. Federal law does not specify exactly how much notice they must give, but many states requiring employers to provide reasonable or written notice before the change takes effect. If they fail to do so, it could lead to legal issues. Also, any pay reduction must still meet federal and state minimum wage laws. Employers cannot pay you less than the minimum wage for your work, even if you agree to it. Pay cuts cannot be based on discrimination either. They cannot be made because of your race, gender, age, or other protected characteristics. If you are covered by an employment contract or a collective bargaining agreement, the rules might be different. These agreements often specify how and when pay can be changed, and employers need to follow those rules. Sometimes, if your job duties change, such as through a demotion or reassignment, your employer might reduce your pay. But they still need to communicate the new pay rate clearly before you start working at it. Keep in mind that some states have additional protections. For example, Montana requires employers to have a good reason for firing or reducing pay after a certain period. So, while at-will employment gives employers flexibility, they still have to follow laws that protect your rights. If your employer reduces your pay without proper notice or in violation of laws, you might have grounds to challenge it. Overall, you have the right to clear communication about any pay changes before they happen. You can decide whether to accept the new terms or consider other options like resigning. Employers should avoid discriminatory practices and always follow wage laws to stay within legal bounds. So, even in an at-will setting, your workplace rights include being informed about pay changes and ensuring those changes are lawful.